Hello everyone. In this video lecture, I will cover the distributed computing models and the comparison of distributed computing model. And these two are the topics of basics of distributed system concept. So let us talk about distributed computing models. Three distributed computing models are available. The first one is workstation model. Second is workstation server model. And the third one is process pool models. This model, that means again the arrangement of computers, which type of computers are you going to use in your system, whether it is having a memory, that means disk full memory workstation, whether it has not any memory, it is called as a diskless workstation. Workstation, that means terminal. Using you By using the terminal, user can communicate, a user can execute the system and get the output. The terminal is basically the uh, terminal provides the interaction between the process and the user. Then it is called the terminal. So the work, basically the term workstation, that means by using the computer, by using which user can access the programs. So it is called the workstation basically. You can tell as a computer also or terminal also. The first one is workstation model. The first is workstation model. So this is the architecture of workstation model. All the workstations are connected with each other using LAN networks, and the speed of the networks, it can be the required speed of the network is 100 Mbps. These all the computers are connected with each other using the network. So about the workstation model is, it consists of a network of a personal computer. It is a network of personal computer, each one with its own hardware, uh, each one have with its own hard disk and local file system. That means all workstations having their own file systems to store something. Such a workstations are called as a disk full workstation. So here it is a disk full workstation. All has its own hard disk and local file system. All are connected over the network, interconnected over the network. Many distributed systems are available. From that, Xerox PARC and Spirit. These two are the system which works as a workstation model. These two are the example of workstation model in a distributed system. You can go about the you can take the example of a education department system. In education department system, many computers are available and all are connected using the internet, LAN connection. All are connected with each other using the LAN. Now, if the user of this computer wants to work from this computer, then is it possible by using this computer, this user can work? If it is possible, then it is the example of workstation model. User can work from any computer which are available and which are connected in a network and which are available in education departments. Any student or any teacher can work from any computer. So this is the example of workstation model. Now think about the disadvantage of such a system. You have a lots of system available in your education area. Just think about your laboratory of a computer lab. Lots of computers are available and all the computers are free now. Can you use the power of the computer, all the computers, to deliver some other task? This all the computers are ideal now. Can you create such a system so that you can uh, get the power of all the computers and you can deliver some task very quickly? Yes, you can, by using the, you can use the ideal system by doing the remote login. You can log on this system by using the remote logging concept. Remote, that means on a different space, remote space computer. You can log in by using remote login concept from this computer and you can use the power of this computer. So it is possible. So how you can utilize the power? By logging on another workstation which are ideally available in a network. Now think about what can be the issues that might occur if you are using such a system. What happens if the owner of the computer, see here, you are using the user one is available on this computer, but actual home machine of user one is this. Now this user U1 wants its own home machine using this machine. What will happen? This user one have to remote login inside this home machine so he can access this machine. Now think about what happened if the user of the system, this particular system, user of subsystem, this system which is used by U1 come. What will happen? What should we do with the home user? Whether we should uh, end the process of U2, what we should do, the process of the user, the process, that process is of remote users, not a home users. So what should we do with the home users? How should we balance the load? These all are the problems that might occur, and these things that we will cover in later on chapters. The algorithms are available to manage such a things. When home user comes, what should we do with the remote process? Whether we should end this process, whether we should migrate this process on this home machine, or we should delete this process. So these are all are the issues and the algorithms to overcome these issues that we will that is available in later on chapters. But this is the issues regarding workstation models, right? Now next is workstation server model. The disadvantage of workstation model is covered by this workstation server model. Here, all the workstations are connected using high-speed networks. See the difference. Here it is a 100 Gbps LAN network and here is a 100 Mbps network. All the computers are connected with high-speed network to mini computers, and these computers having some specific services, mini computers having the specific services. This is the file server, this is the HTTP server, we can say as a web server. This is the mini computer for cycle server. Many computers you can attach with this network and they can work as a server or they can work as a workstation. The combination and interconnection between this all the computers are called as a workstation server models. So in workstation server model, all the workstations are diskless. That means there is no local file systems and hard disks are available with the workstations. You require a high-speed network. It consists of multiple workstations coupled with the powerful servers. These all are mini computers. These all mini computers are powerful servers basically, and the extra hardware to store the file systems and other softwares like databases. And these all the servers have this extra hard disk to store the data. These all have some extra spaces to store the database also. Now, all the workstation users put all the files on the file servers only, because the workstations are diskless. All the workstations are diskless. So that they all have to put their files only on this file server, right? Now works like the client. It generally works like a client server model. When user wants some file, it requests to the file server. This file server replies to the particular user on their workstation. So it basically works like a client server mechanism. The V system is an existing system which works like a workstation server model. This V system is an example of the distributed system which works like a workstation server model. The advantage of such a model is it is easily scalable. Again, it is a reliable and fault tolerant. If some server is not able to work and the fault inside the server, you can maintain a replica of that server, and that replica will work in place of the failed server. So here you will always get the reliability and you will always get your errorless data. It is easily scalable. Whenever you want to extend the number of workstation, you can easily connect the new workstation to the existing system. So this workstation server model is basically scalable and extensible. Think about the disadvantage. What should be the disadvantage? Here is the single servers, right? So if all the users wants only file servers, what will happen? This file server will be loaded heavily. And at the same time, these two servers are unused. So the wastage of processing power of this HTTP server and cycle server, and the heavy load on the file server. So this thing you can remove in the third model. So here the disadvantage is disadvantage is that when many clients wants the same service, at that time server will be loaded, and this thing you can remove by using the process pool model. The third model is process pool model. It is a third model. Now in this model, all the workstations are connected using high speed network, and many processors pool is available. This pool means many processing pools, and from this n number of servers, there is one server is available which is called as a run server in this system. The responsibility of run server is to manage the processes on the available pool of servers, so that you can generate the output very fast and you can utilize the power of all the CPUs. That means no machine will be ideal, and you can utilize the power of all the ideal machine to deliver the task. For that, you have to distribute the request on the multiple server, to distribute the processes, to distribute the request on the multiple servers. One server is available basically, and it is called as a run server. So I am going to talk about it, about the process pool model. It is consist of multiple processors, a pool of processors, and a group of workstations. A pool of processor with the high computing power, they all having the high computing power. User can access the process pool by high speed networks to the home terminal. That means they all can access the servers using their home terminals. One run server is available, and that I have already told you. One of the server will work as a run server. The run server means it is a special server which handles the scheduling of the processes, so that they can utilize all the CPUs. and no CPU will be ideal when the load is available on the server. So this run server is responsible for it to distribute the load on the multiple computers. Now currently Amoeba and Cambridge, this both are a distributed system which works as a process pool model. This both are works as a process pool model. Now the comparison of this all the models. So here is a comparison between first two model. First was workstation model and second was workstation server model. The workstation model, it is a disk full in workstation model. First one, all the workstations are disk full, right? While in workstation server model, only server having the disk and so workstations are diskless. So for that, the first is disk full server, diskless workstation, disk full workstation and diskless workstation. Here there is no server mechanism available. Here few high and costly servers are available. So server cost will become high. Now, whenever you are using workstation model, you have to install the softwares on all the workstation model. That means as many number of workstations are available, you have to software on each and every workstation. While in workstation server model, installation of software is only required on the servers. Your all the workstation should have the small software so that they can request for the service and they can get the output reply on the server or on the workstation. So that workstation is lightweight servers and you require only accessing software. You can think about the web browser for it, or you require only web browser softwares on the terminal of a workstation, and the servers are heavily loaded, right? So now next is difficult to maintain a disk full workstation because all the workstations are disk full. If you want to maintain a data, if you want to maintain a copy of the data, you have to do with each and every workstation. While here workstations are diskless, so it is easy to maintain. Now in workstation model, if workstation fails, loss of data and processing power both. But here, if workstation fails, nothing will happen to your system because everything is on the server, right? So it will never affect the work and your system will work as it is. So here the advantage of workstation model. But think about what happens if server is fails. If server fails, then system will not work. You have to maintain the replica of server also at that time. Now here the sharing of resources like files, printers is very difficult. You cannot share such a high costly devices using workstation model. But here sharing like a files, printers is very easy to maintain. Now next is about the comparison of workstation server model with process pool models. Think about the computing power. Here the server having the less computing power because this you have the different kinds of server. You can only use single server at a time, and here the process pool server and run server is responsible to utilize the power of all the ideal servers, and you can deliver your task very fast. So it is a high computing. You will get the high computing power if you are using the process pool models. Now it is good when sharing of costly resources like printer and graphics devices are required. This workstation server model is useful. Now when you require a very high processing power mechanism, at that time you should use the process pool model kind of architecture in your distributed system, and you can get your result fast if you are going to use this process pool models, and you can utilize the power of all the available servers to deliver your results. So here is the end of this session. Thank you all of you. The next topic I will cover in the next lectures.